Our next story may contain information too sensitive for some to handle. The topic is alien abduction. Men and women snatched away to serve in experiments that left them scarred for life. Has Earth been the target of extraterrestrials? If so, why are experts terrified to acknowledge the alien menace?
I think that the alien presence has been with us for at least 6,000 years, and I think they're here to stay until they get done what they intend to do.
What we need to do is get the facts out to people that not all UFOs and alien encounters are of the friendly type.
Startling home video, shocking photos, and eyewitnesses have led many to believe that we are menaced by aliens.
Now, we may be lucky and turn out that there are these really nice, friendly, huggable little ETs who are here to help us out. But I don't really see any evidence pointing in that direction.
Richard Dolan is an author of a book that uncovers the truth behind government secrecy surrounding UFOs. He maintains that the public has to take seriously the alarming indications that aliens may indeed have evil intentions. 2 examples: hideous mutilations and terrifying abductions.
I have over 1,000 cases on record, and I've investigated more cases than that, literally worldwide.
Daryl Sims investigates abduction phenomena.
Many people have had experiences that are so shocking that they simply, literally, don't want to remember.
Daryl claims he was only 4 years old when he had his first conscious memory of being abducted.
My events spanned from 1952 to 1965. For 13 years, these entities involved themselves in my life at the most inopportune times.
His last experience was also the worst. Daryl remembers a total of 5 menacing aliens invading his room.
I had never experienced anything, personally, greater than what happened to me in a traumatic form at age 17. The absolute feeling there is so horrific. And the helplessness, the fact that there's nothing you can do while these entities do what they do. There was no way I could live with this nightmare. I just was not going to do it. And I blocked out that entire area of my life.
To make something positive of his traumatic close encounters, Daryl Sims has dedicated himself to other alleged victims of alien abduction. Through hypnotic regression, he helps them purge their bad memories. Daryl recorded this hypnotic regression with a home video camera.
He was literally screaming so loud that he could not hear me give him suggestions to ease the pain.
But a number of UFO researchers maintain that humans aren't the only species the aliens are experimenting with. For some unknown reason, cattle seem to have also been singled out. According to Richard Dolan's research, the statistics on these cases are staggering.
Between 1973 and 1975, the state of Colorado confirmed more than 130 cattle mutilations. In the following decades, there have been approximately 10,000 mutilation reports.
There is a real commonality among the different types of animal mutilations. Usually, there are organs removed.
An expert in this field is biologist Colm Kelleher of the National Institute for Discovery Science.
We know that there are perpetrators that were involved in the mutilation of these animals. We don't know who those perpetrators are, but we definitely know that these were not a predator or scavenger. Even under a low-powered microscope, if you look at the skin of an animal, you can distinguish very easily between a sharp-cut instrument and the tearing associated with a predator or scavenger.
One astonishing case study began one morning when a Colorado rancher and his wife were out tagging new calves in their herd.
They went down to the next animal about 300 yards away and proceeded to tag that animal and check other animals. About 30 minutes later, they noticed that the mother of the animal was acting strangely. So they came back up to investigate, and they found the calf that they had tagged 30 to 40 minutes previously lying spread-eagled on the ground. There was absolutely nothing left in the animal. There was no blood on the ground, there was no blood on the skin of the animal. All of the tissues had been removed. With the two ranchers 300 yards away, it had been removed in complete silence and in broad daylight. We had this professional tracker go over every inch of the ground for a mile radius around the animal, and not a single track was found.
These reports are frightening enough, but according to author Jim Hickman, they pale next to newly uncovered stories that the aliens have also dissected human victims. The shocking evidence when we return.
In search of on Sci-Fi Friday.
This program contains images which may be disturbing to younger or sensitive viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Is Earth the target of an alien invasion? According to UFO expert Jim Hickman, people have been the victims of extraterrestrial attacks.
Many people know about the cattle mutilations that have happened throughout the years, but a lot of folks don't know about the humans that have been involved in this. I don't think the aliens are being intentionally evil. I think they're performing a scientific experiment. I think that we're test subjects.
After all, we tag animals in the wild all the time. We track them and monitor them. Sometimes we perform hideous procedures on animals. How unusual would it be that others might do the same to us?
Probably the most famous one would be the White Sands case back in 1956. A serviceman had been abducted from the White Sands missile test area, and one of the majors that was stationed at White Sands saw a disc-shaped saucer, actually picked the person up and put him into the saucer.
The sergeant had been missing for 3 days when his mutilated body was found in the middle of the desert.
There's no blood in the body at all. He had been mutilated in the classic style of cattle, and the military intelligence people got involved, and their conclusion was that it was an unknown incident. It was not a murder, at least not by human hands.
The best documented human mutilation case happened on the outskirts of Sao Paulo, Brazil. This horrific incident has been thoroughly investigated by Brazilian ufologist Encarnacion Zapata Garcia. She took our cameras to the site where the body was found, the Guarapianga Dam.
In 1988, some children who were going fishing found the body of a man of approximately 50 years of age with some very strange bruises. The similarity between these photographs and the photographs of the mutilation cases of cattle and other animals in the United States, Canada, Brazil, and other parts of the world are great, very shocking, because not only externally, but also internally, the cases are very similar. I would almost say identical.
In the Brazilian case, no one from the Sao Paulo Police Department or medical examiner's office was willing to publicly comment on this mysterious death.
You know, maybe it's just possible that all this publicity on UFOs isn't a good thing. Maybe, just maybe, that there are good reasons for keeping this secret.
Are we the target of alien invaders? We are still waiting for definitive proof. Until then, a little advice. Examine the evidence with an open mind and keep watching the skies. A haunting roadside encounter terrorized this couple.